Alright, match number 3. So we went from, like, top... What was the first match? Top, like, 60, and I died stupidly. And now I'm in top 4. So, not bad. Let's see how I do this time. You know what? Just for the hell of it, let's drop here. What the hell? I almost never drop early. Let's drop early. Here's someone straight ahead of me. Where's he going? I don't even know where I am. Johnny Soros Rex says, if you had that much money, would you give me some? The problem is, if I were to give a viewer money, I'd have to give everyone money. But what I would probably do is be very generous, and I'd probably set up, like, foundations for research of cancer, you know, not for profit. When you have $100 million, you don't need that much money. I mean, let's face it. You don't need $1 million a year to have a great life. If you were going to make $1 million a year for the rest of your life, right? And who knows how long my life's going to be. You're set. I mean, that's insane. You're going to live a life of luxury. So whatever else you have, give away to help other people. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be greedy and try to hog it or try to say, oh, I'm going to put investments so my progeny can have it. Fuck all that. Give it to people in need who need it, man. You know, people don't realize this because, as I said, I never made charity public. But for those couple of years that I actually did make a lot of money on YouTube, I actually did do some pretty charitable things, but I don't talk about it, and I won't. I will never tell, you know, mention how much it is or what I did because it's no one's business. I try to keep that shit public, but whenever in my life I had money to spare, I would, you know, try to share it and give it, you know, to people in need. It just sucks that the past few years things have been so tumultuous with me that I can't do that anymore, you know? It sucks. Alright. I got a shitty shotgun. Ah! V. Dante says the problem is that no one gets rich has that no one who gets rich has that mentality. They only got rich by being greedy assholes. I guess you're right, unless they just randomly won the lotto or something, right? I guess you're right. Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure people who get filthy rich usually don't get filthy rich by doing the right thing. I'm just saying. Maybe some do. Some get incredibly lucky, but you know. Alright. Auto run. Auto run while I open my water. Here we go. I'm utilizing the auto run of the game while I open a bottle of water. Revolutionary controls here from PUBG. They've changed everything. The game done changed thanks to PUBG. Okay. Young Bone says, my cousin plays a lot of games and is getting arthritis. How do you keep your hands good? Well, personally, I'm lucky. I have not really had issues with arthritis yet, and I've been doing this for 10 straight years, which is, so, you know. But as I get older, I know I'm going to have issues. You know, there's hand exercises, stretches, and things that you can do, and I already know some of them, so even when I start to have muscle issues, I will definitely employ some of that stuff. I've just been very lucky where I have not been affected by anything like that yet, so... YOLO Dopper Chew says, most Americans are drowning in some form of debt. The billionaires are the people. Ah, I'm dead. Nothing I could do. The billionaires are the people who make all those Americans overspend. It sucks because when the overspending that I have done honestly wasn't overspending. It was spending that if I had kept maintaining the amount of revenue that I was making at the times when I spent that money and accrued that debt, I would be fine. The problem was I moved across the country in 2014 making a certain amount of money, and then immediately in 2014 YouTube changed the search algorithms so that people who had shorter videos like me, their stuff tanked. So immediately I had a big dip in income. Late 2014. Then in 2015, I had the false copyright strikes. I had to delete a bunch of pre-stream videos from my channels, resulting in millions of views deleted, meaning that my channel completely was obliterated in this YouTube search rankings. So between the years of 2014 to 2016, my income went down by about 50%. And that's not an exaggeration. It went down about 50 fucking percent within 2 years. I don't know anyone who could live on a budget, making a certain amount of money, and then in 2 years make half as much and not have a hardship. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't overspending. if I was still making the amount of money that I was making when I spent that and accrued that debt. That's the problem, is that year after year after year, my income went down because of all the things that happened on YouTube that were negative. So, you know, it sucks. It certainly would have been a situation where, you know, if I known that was going to happen, I certainly wouldn't have accrued as much debt or spent as much money as I did. But I didn't know that. You know, it's like they say, hindsight's 20/20. How the fuck? Where the fuck? Where am I? What is this? Huh? Where are we? Guys, what the fuck is this? This is not a starting area. What was that? I've never seen that starting area before. What the hell was that? I don't know. I honestly don't know what that was. Anyway. Someone just asked me, and I apologize because your name scrolled off the screen. He said, if you knowing what you know now, everything you've been through, everything that's happened to you, and if you could go back to the beginning and choose whether or not you were going to do this for a living, would you do it? I didn't choose to do this for a living. There was no decision where I stood and I said, I'm going to be a YouTuber for a living. That's not what happened. I never decided to do this. I got into this situation, sadly, through losing my office job of 5 years. And then I said, well, I already got this YouTube hobby on the side. I might as well see if I can make it work to make some money, because there were no other jobs in Connecticut. Then I started making YouTube work, and from 2011 to 2014, things were good. And then it was 2014 when I decided, oh, I'll move across the country because I'm making good money on YouTube, right? And that's when everything just got fucked up, because that's when all the negative stuff started happening. My income plummeted and all of that. So would I still do this as a living? Yeah, because the bottom line is, you know, I didn't make an active choice to do this. It was because I lost my office job, and if I had not done this for a living, I would have probably lost my condo in Connecticut and had to move in with my parents and work fast food for the rest of my life. That's just being real talk, because there were no jobs in Connecticut where I was. I certainly wouldn't have no money to move out of Connecticut and go somewhere else where the job market was better, you know? I would have been stuck where I was. But if I knew the things that I knew, I certainly would do some things different. Like I said, if I would have moved across the country, I wouldn't have spent nearly as much money as I did. Especially with some of the stuff that I furnished the house with and stuff like that. I would have gotten cheaper alternatives, because I did spend some pretty good money on furnishing the house on stuff that I could have definitely gotten cheaper stuff. You know what I mean? There's a mini here. Oh, good shit. I can't pick it up. What the fuck? It's glitched. Pick it up. I'm pressing the button. Pressing the button. What the fuck? Dude, it won't pick it up. Pick up. The stupid inventory is still fucked up. They still didn't fix it. Oh my god, dude. They still didn't fix it. Good lord. Mr. Swaggins cheered and said, if you had still had that office job to this day, do you think you would have been better off? I don't know, man. I mean, here's the thing. Hindsight is 20/20, but when your life changed as a result of things you did, because you made life changes like not, you know, moving across the country stuff. I don't know if let's say that office job didn't go away, I didn't get laid off, and that company didn't go out of business like they did, and I was still there, and I was still making good, you know, by now, I would have been working there another 8 years, so I would have been working there about 13 years. I probably would have had a pretty good raise by now, you know, making decent money and all of that, maybe being a manager or whatever at the place. Would it have been a good situation? Probably. But at the same time, you know, I certainly don't know what my living conditions would be. I don't know what my health would have been. Would I have met anyone? I don't know. You know, it's just all hypothetical. None of it's worth even talking about, because there's no way you can actually say what would have happened. I certainly would have never met my existing, you know, girlfriend, Kat. If I had kept in that office job in Connecticut, how would she have ever heard of me, right? So, I mean, there's some things that have really been positive that have come out of it, you know? YOLO Dopper cheered. He said, I used to work at UTC back in the day. That's the parent company of the company I work in. That's right. They sold off the helicopter division because it wasn't profitable, and they are cutthroat, a greedy corporation. Right, yeah, I know. They're done. They got rid of Sikorsky Aircraft, which is the parent company of the company I worked for. And, you know, that company's fucked now. It's all, like I said, it's all outsourced. Well, everyone who worked there lost their jobs, so... Smart Weirdo did a 500-bit cheer. He says, why do you think big YouTubers struggle to get viewers on Twitch? Angry Joe has millions of subs on YouTube, but always struggles to get 700 viewers. Big Twitch streamers seem to keep their viewership when they transition to YouTube. It's very simple. I'm being real honest with everyone. Just making an edited YouTube video is very easy. Doing live improv reactionary commentary is tough. I've been telling people this for years and years. When people criticized me and said, Phil, oh, your videos on YouTube suck because you don't sit there in front of a video editor for hours to edit it and make it look spiffy and put in effects and transitions and cut out the dead parts. I said, you guys realize that's easy shit. The hard shit is sitting here playing the raw games. That's the hard part. Streaming is way harder than just editing videos for YouTube. Okay, it is. Real talk. You may put out the best edited video that's interesting, but just sitting down next to you as you play games may be boring as fucking dirt. And the only reason your videos get popular on YouTube is you cut out all the boring shit that you have when you try to do stuff live. It's that simple. Now, please, do not fucking go contact Angry Joe and say I talk shit about him. I did not. I don't know anything about how his streams are. I don't watch his videos. I'm not saying that. But I'm telling you, from someone who has made edited videos and someone who does the live improv comedy style commentary, it's much harder to do this stuff on the fly, you know, reactionary to what you're doing versus, oh, I did a playthrough, I edited it for YouTube and only did the best funny parts, you know. It's also funny because a lot of people, who are big on YouTube, you meet them in person at a convention or whatever, and they're all nervous and shit. And it's like, dude, it's because they're not that person who they are on YouTube. That edited content doesn't actually put forth who that real person is. All it is it actually shelters them because all the fuck-ups and things that they do wrong, they can edit right out, right? So that's why you meet someone in person, they're so different from their online persona on YouTube. That's why. Versus a live streamer, chances are you meet a live streamer, they'll probably be pretty close to who they are online in person. You meet me in person, I'm a cool guy. I have fun, laid back, joke around, you know. That's who I am. I'm not some, completely different person. But no, I'll tell you, improv style reactionary commentary, unedited videos and live streams, way harder to do than the edited stuff. And the edited stuff, sadly, has gotten so many people, popular, who, in my opinion, can't hold a candle to people who can do stuff on Twitch that are much more original, entertaining, funny, and talented. That's the bottom line. Again, not saying it specifically against any streamer, any YouTuber. I have no idea. I'm not saying it in perspective. I'm just telling you, from someone who's done both sides of it, this right here is the harder thing to do, the live streams. At the same time, I like this a lot better than sitting around doing edited content. I've never enjoyed sitting around for hours on end editing videos. I hate it. I don't want to fucking do that. I want to be here. I'm a real gamer. I want to sit here and just have fun with you guys on stream every day. And that's it. That's all I'm about, I was never about being a big YouTuber, get popular because of edited video series and shit like that. Sure, I dabbled in other stuff, but I never meant for that to be the thing that would take over my true passion, which was playing video games, enjoying them, and sharing those honest experiences with you guys on a daily basis. That's what I've strived to do for 10 fucking years. And that's why, if you watch my stuff now versus my stuff 10 years ago, it's the same style of commentary, it's the same style of fun, you know what I mean? The only difference is the visual quality is better. Now I use a face cam all the time, but at its core, it's the same stuff. I haven't really changed that much, besides being a better person and not being, an asshole. I've grown a lot in that regard, but outside of that, it's the same stuff from 10 years ago, All right. YOLO Dopper cheered. He says, do you think... Well, with how mature the internet has become these days, do you think teens nowadays are less prone to take in life friends, but rather meet online friends? Yes. A lot of friends, a lot of people, a lot of teens, a lot of people, now everything's online. Like, literally, their whole life is online, right? Everything. Every facet of their life is online. Just because we've become an online culture, an online society in a lot of ways. We buy everything online. We talk to people online. We register for things online. We pay for things online. Everything, we share everything we do online. Everything's online. Is it healthy? That I can't answer, but that's certainly what's happened. Fuck.